So the Bills absolutely blow the doors off the Dolphins, 48-20. The Dolphins hand out a 50-point loss in the week prior, only to go on the road and lose by 4 total touchdowns, score 48-20. And this one, after it was kind of a back and forth for a little bit, it just wasn't pretty, right? I mean, let's just really call it what it is. No, I didn't talk about the Giants. Not talking about the Giants, my friend. Peace, love, and pancakes. Why would I talk about the Giants? Just so you can get the thrill of knowing that your Cowboys beat the piss out of them week 1, 40-0 against the Eagles. LOL, Bills and Eagles are overrated. All right, we'll see about that, man. Talking about the Bills right now. So, a couple of big storylines about this game. The Finns struggle against the best competition all season, and they lose by 4 touchdowns. This is what I was curious about with the Miami Dolphins, because the defense is not that solid. Let's just be real. They gave up 34 points to the Chargers in week 1, 17 points to the Patriots in week 2. Yes, they only give up 20 points to the Broncos. Broncos offense is, pretty not even rough. Kind of a statement in that game, but you also hung 70 on them, so it's like kind of an anomaly. Did you really need defense when you're scoring 10 touchdowns? I mean, let's just be real. You beat it by 50 though. Great, great accomplishment. And then you give up 48 points to the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. And after I saw this game, I've been sitting here asking myself, what's Tua going to be after he struggles against an elite defense that did not even have Von Miller? Unfortunately, feels like they have to sacrifice Tre'Davious White, torn Achilles, out for the year, as Von Miller comes in and starts practicing again. But did you realize how different that O-line looked once Teron Armstead went down? Do you realize how different Tua is when he doesn't have time? And again, I love Tua, y'all. He's one of my favorite players. I know he'd be number 1 overall if he hadn't got hurt. And obviously Joe Burrow happened. So, might have popped in at number 2. He's still taking number 5 overall with some of the injury history. I saw Tua do it last year. I wasn't podcasting currently. I was kind of taking a year off podcasting. But when I was seeing Tua cut it up, make big things happen, I saw the numbers. Tua was significantly worse against good defenses and significantly better against inferior and just flat out bad defenses. And it's kind of what it's looking like. Chargers don't have a good defense. Patriots have a great defense, but you notice how they came down to life, 24 points. Broncos, no defense, 70 points. Bills, defense, back down to 20 points. So they're not even scoring 28 points per game. Roughly, they're scoring about 25 points per game when they're playing good defenses. And that is what I want to continue to see how the Dolphins can adjust to. Did they possibly peak too early? Are teams going to get tape on them? Yes. Not peaking, but tape. Are they possibly going to get figured out? Like, how do you respond after being able to put up 70? What kind of game plan do you come in with? Because the next team's not going to let you do it. And damn sure a team like Buffalo Bills that you turn around and give up 48 to, they're not going to let it happen. So understanding what the Dolphins have to do going forward is going to say everything about this team. It's going to say absolutely everything about them. Tua was pressured all day, and that's why he couldn't get things going. People are different quarterbacks when they have offensive lines and they have time. And Tua is not that. Clearly the jiu-jitsu in the offseason, learning how to fall correctly. He got a sleeve, got a little more muscular, put on some swagger, right? Because Tua is supposed to be here, but Tua can only be here if he's upright in the pocket and he's being protected. Now, the Dolphins defense, again, they need Jalen Ramsey and they need another secondary player. Xavier Howard even said in this game he wanted to shadow Stephon Diggs more. Obviously, Howard toting a 50. The horrible, of the Miami Dolphins. The fact that Stephon Diggs got loose on those 2 horrible tackles was just downright awful in this football game. Absolutely hideous. You've now got the Bills winning their 3rd straight game by 28 plus points. Now it is all against bad defenses. Rams, Dolphins, Commanders slipping. But they're still out here blowing people out at a clip. And Josh Allen has been absolutely amazing. Since week 1, throwing 3 interceptions and fumbling 1 time, Josh Allen is first in adjusted completion percentage at 85.2%. He's got 812 passing yards, which is towards the tops of the league. He's got 10 total touchdowns, which is first. He's first in passer rating with a 125.8 rating. And the Bills are outscoring their opponents by 90, 123-33, after the week 1 loss to the Jets and obviously Aaron Rodgers goes down. He just posted a perfect passer rating this Sunday, 158.3, 64% completion, 320 yards, 4 touchdowns, no INTs. That is what Josh Allen is capable of. And I heard someone say it. Who was it? I think it was TJ Hushmanzada talking on the Herd with Colin Cowherd. Josh Allen usually only beats himself. It's his turnovers that get the Buffalo Bills into a position and get Josh Allen into a position where he's not playing good football for Buffalo. When Josh Allen stays out of his own way, he's an absolute monster. To know that this Bills defense also without Von Miller was able to pressure Tua the way that they were. Y'all know Tua coming into this game got the ball out faster than anyone in the NFL and had only been sacked one freaking time prior to walking into Buffalo on Sunday. Buffalo got to him multiple times. Greg Russo had 2 sacks. Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones each had another sack. So you got 4 total sacks just from there on Tua Tagovailoa. Another testament to the Bills' defense. Tyreek Hill had his season low in targets. He led the Dolphins on the outside with 58 receiving yards on just 3 catches, but him and Jalen Waddle combined 7 catches for 104 yards, no tubs. No touchdowns given up to the fastest wide receiver duo in the league. We've seen Tyreek and Waddle do a lot more damage than that. And Devon Achane, still an absolute monster. Loved him getting drafted to Miami. I was like, Jesus, they need more speed, right? Achane's an absolute dog. 55-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter, but I will continue to give credit to this Bills defense. After he had that 55-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter, they only gave up 56 yards on another 7 carries. Yes, there was another touchdown there. You still beat them 48-20. Raheem Mostert came in 6 touchdowns on the year, leading the league, tops of the league in yards per carry, yards per game. Shut him down. I mean, credit to what the Bills are actually turning into at this point in the season. I know it's September, kind of got fool's gold football, or at least the first 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 8, but weeks 8 to 9, we start to figure out who you are. And I'd love for Buffalo to keep up this identity because last couple of years, I've picked them in the Super Bowl. Last couple of years, I have had the Buffalo Bills being that team that goes to the Super Bowl and represents the AFC. But usually Josh Allen's turnovers, Sean McDermott's coaching, lack of possible offensive support. Like Dalton Kincaid, let him get going even more. It's going to be disgusting. Gabe Davis, obviously, making his role back. Deontay Hardy, former Saint. Love to see him being speedy and getting his work in when he can. But again, unfortunately, losing Trey White in this game, Achilles tear. Von Miller, as Pat McAfee likes to say. Von Miller starts practicing again. Von Miller is going to make this team just another level. We saw it in the season opener last year, Bills Rams. Von Miller is all over the place. All over the place. Bills Dolphins was a great football game. Bills win 48-20. The Dolphins struggle against their best competition all year to lose by 4 touchdowns. Tua's got to bounce back. Dolphins got to bounce back. But the Buffalo Bills, I understand it's against all bad defenses outside of the Jets where they lose. The Buffalo Bills have arrived, though. The Buffalo Bills have now stamped their foot at the end of September, coming into October. Top 3 team in the league. Little peep there of the power rankings coming later. And ultimately, you got to take a look at who's going to be able to step in and kind of de-rally these Bills right now. It'll happen. Might not be a blowout. It might be a shootout that they lose. It might be a low-scoring affair like the Patriots had with the Dolphins. We don't really know. It does feel like they are getting a little too hot too early. We know that health has to be a thing. Again, Von Miller is coming back, so that is very good. But the Bills are here. I mean, the Bills are here. I think the Bills are definitely going to stay playing at this level. I hope they stay playing at this elite level because they look very, very good. Josh Allen throws 3 interceptions in one game. Crickets. Dak throws 3 picks in one game. Everyone says get rid of him. You know when you got the star on the side of your helmet, what it means, man. The star on the side of your helmet, the star on the side of your helmet, and that bull or that buffalo on the side of your helmet are 2 completely different things when it comes to quarterbacks throwing 3 interceptions.